Do you think that the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas that was just made is actually going to hold up? Take a look at this clip over here with John Hanna, a national security expert, in his perspective as to how things are going to play out. And he says not so fast on the celebration. So we'll watch this clip together and then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
As the hostage families await an update on the return of their loved ones, Hamas police are back on the streets of Gaza. The terror group said yesterday it would redeploy security forces and reassert its authority along the Gaza Strip. President Trump yesterday warned the terror group to uphold the ceasefire.
They knew the retribution would be tremendous, unsustainable. It would have been unsustainable. It would have been complete obliteration, and they didn't want that. And nobody wants it at this point. They want to get on with, rebuilding the entire Middle East. It's not only Gaza, it's going to be the entire Middle East.
Let's bring in John Hanna, former national security advisor to Vice President Dick Cheney. So what do you think the chances are, John, that Hamas upholds this agreement?
Well, the signs aren't good, John. As soon as the Israelis began to pull back from that line of control, these guys came out of their tunnels to reassert their control over the population in Gaza, to settle scores with anybody that they thought had tried to cross their authority. And I think they're making a statement that they're the ones who are not going anywhere. They're going to stay in control. They're going to stay the leading edge of Palestinian politics. They're already crafting a narrative that this was something of a victory for them. The Iranians couldn't stand up to the IDF. Hezbollah couldn't. Hamas came out and is still standing.
We cannot trust Hamas farther than we can throw them. And I think certainly Israel knows that. The United States knows that. Probably many in the Arab world know that as well. At the same time, there is what to be optimistic about. Certainly in phase one, the hostages return home. That's supposed to happen in the immediate future, right this week. We'll see how that actually comes into fruition, or whether they're going to try to kick the can down the road and delay and play all sorts of games. The real question comes when we talk about phase two and onward. Is the Arab world and the United States going to be able to do what the IDF to this point has not been able to do, and completely change the ideology of who is living in that region? We can't continue with Hamas or other terrorist groups that are like it. You can't have a group living next to you that seeks your utter destruction. I think Bibi Netanyahu said it best. He said giving the Palestinians a state right next to Israel after October 7th is like giving Al-Qaeda a state right next to New York after September 11th. It just isn't going to fly. It's just not going to work. And so I know that we have a lot of unity. There's a lot of pressure being put on Hamas to make the changes that are stipulated in this deal. Time will tell how it all comes into fruition, and we'll be with you along the way to report on all of it. And if you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.